Fall harder, rise higher. Let me paint you a picture. You're standing there feeling like the whole world has crumbled beneath your feet, like the ground itself betrayed you. Everything you built, everything you fought for, gone in a blink. And that's the moment, isn't it? That's the moment you hear that little voice, the one whispering, "It's over. You've failed. Just give up." Funny thing, that voice, it's not yours, no. It's the world's. It's society's. It's every single person who ever doubted you, every single moment of weakness wrapped into one poisonous whisper. But here's the punchline. Failure isn't the end. It's the setup for the greatest comeback you'll ever write. Oh, you think you're done just because you've hit the ground? No, no, no. That's just the start. The start of something beautiful, chaotic, and unstoppable. The truth is, the harder you fall, the higher you rise. And every single time the world tries to bury you, it's giving you the tools to grow. Let me tell you about pain. It's a teacher. A cruel one, sure, but the lessons it gives, they're unforgettable. Every bruise, every scar, every tear, it's a badge of honor. Proof that you fought, that you've bled, and most importantly, that you've survived. You see, pain is funny. It doesn't break you. It molds you, shapes you into someone the world won't recognize, someone they can't control. And when you embrace it, when you look pain in the eye and smile, you become untouchable. People like to talk about strength as if it's this shiny, polished thing. But real strength, it's forged in the fires of failure. It's dirty. It's ugly. It's raw. Strength isn't about never falling. It's about falling 1,000 times and getting back up every single time. It's about standing tall when your knees are shaking. It's about laughing in the face of defeat, knowing it doesn't own you. Here's the secret they don't want you to know. The world thrives on fear. Fear of failure, fear of pain, fear of being judged. But fear, it's an illusion, a shadow. It's only as real as you let it be. And the moment you stop running from it, the moment you face it head on, it loses its power, because fear only controls those who bow to it. And you're not here to bow. You're here to rise. The world doesn't hand out victories. No silver platters, no easy roads, no smooth paths. It's chaos out there. Ruthless, unforgiving. You either adapt or crumble. Every setback, every mistake. It's a test, a brutal one. But that's where legends are born. Not in comfort, not in safety, but in the fire, the storm, the chaos. It's not about how many times you've been knocked down. It's about what you do after. The truth is, every fall teaches you something. It carves you into a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. And when you rise, when you rise, you don't just stand up. You stand taller. You stand unshakable. Every crack in your armor becomes a story. Every scar, a medal. You become the one thing this world fears most. Resilient. You know why most people fail? It's not because they aren't capable. It's not because they don't have talent. It's because they listen. They listen to the noise, to the critics, to the doubters, to the part of themselves that says, "What if I'm not enough?" Let me tell you something about enough. You were born enough. You've been enough from the start. But you've been playing small, hiding your power, afraid to unleash the chaos within you. Because deep down, you've been taught to be afraid of failure. But failure is not your enemy. It's your ally. Let's get something straight. Pain is inevitable. Oh yes, it's coming for you. It always does. The punches, the blows, the disappointments, they don't stop. But suffering, that's optional. That's the choice you make when you let the pain define you. Instead, use it. Take the pain, Wear it. Wield it like a weapon. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it light the fire inside you. Because the people who rise, they're not the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who use it. And here's the kicker. People are watching. Oh, they are. Some of them are rooting for you. Most of them are waiting for you to fail. That's the way it goes. The world loves a good tragedy, doesn't it? But the joke's on them. Because what they don't see is the fight in you, the fire, the madness. They think they've got you figured out. But you're about to flip the script. And when you do, oh, the silence will be deafening. This life, this battlefield, it doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It strikes when you least expect it, punches you in the gut when you're already down. That's the reality. Cruel? Sure. But fair? Absolutely. Because every blow it throws is a question. How bad do you want this? How much can you take before you break? Most people fold. Most people give in. But not you. Oh no, you're different. You've got that fire in your gut, that madness in your soul that refuses to back down. Let me tell you about defeat. It's not the enemy. Not really. Defeat is a mirror. It shows you who you are, raw and unfiltered. It strips away the illusions, the lies you tell yourself. It forces you to face the truth. Are you as strong as you think you are? Can you rise when everything inside you screams to stay down? Can you fight when the odds are stacked so high against you, it feels impossible? Defeat doesn't destroy you. It introduces you to the warrior hiding inside. Pain, failure, rejection, these aren't curses, they're invitations. Invitations to step into the ring and prove to yourself what you're made of. Because here's the secret. Legends aren't born, they're forged. Forged in the fires of failure, molded by the weight of defeat, refined by every mistake, every misstep, every time the world said, you can't. Every no you hear, every door that slams in your face. It's fuel. Fuel for the fire that's going to burn brighter, hotter, stronger than ever before. But here's the thing about fire. It demands sacrifice. You can't rise without giving something up. Comfort, gone. Safety, out the window. Doubt, fear, self-pity. Burn them all. Because they don't serve you. They never did. The only way forward is through the flames. Through the pain. Through the fear. Through every single thing that's been holding you back. And when you come out the other side, you're not the same person. You're unrecognizable. A force of nature, a storm, a legend. You want to rise higher? Then fall harder. Embrace the chaos. Lean into the madness. Because the truth is, the world doesn't reward those who play it safe. It doesn't celebrate the cautious, the timid, the ones who tiptoe through life hoping to avoid the pain. No, the world bows to the bold, to the daring, to the ones who are willing to risk it all for a shot at greatness. And you're not here to play it safe. You're here to make noise, to shatter expectations, to rewrite the rules. You think success is about talent, skill, luck? No. It's about grit, resilience, the willingness to keep going when every single part of you wants to quit. It's about looking failure in the eye and saying, is that all you've got? It's about refusing to back down, no matter how many times you get knocked down. Because every fall is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. And every defeat is an opportunity to rise stronger, smarter, and more determined than ever. The people who change the world, they're not the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail the hardest, the loudest, the most spectacularly, and then rise anyway. They're the ones who turn their scars into stories, their pain into power. They don't hide their failures. They wear them like armor. because they know that every scar is proof that they survived, that they fought, that they refused to give up. And you're one of them. You might not see it yet, but it's there. That spark, that fire, that hunger to prove the world wrong, to show them that you're not defined by your failures, but by how you rise from them. To show them that you're not just a survivor, you're a fighter, a warrior, a legend in the making. Here's the truth. The world is going to try to break you. It's going to test you, push you, beat you down until you feel like you can't take it anymore. But that's the point. That's the test. And if you can survive it, if you can rise in spite of it, there's nothing you can't do. Because once you've faced the worst, once you've stood in the fire and refused to burn, you realize something incredible. You're unstoppable. And that's what makes you dangerous. Not the fact that you've never failed, but the fact that you've failed over and over and over and risen every single time. The fact that you faced pain, rejection, and defeat and come out stronger. The fact that you've been through hell and back and you're still standing. So fall harder, fail louder, hurt deeper. Because every fall is a chance to rise higher. Every failure is a step closer to success. And every ounce of pain you feel is shaping you, molding you, preparing you for something greater, something extraordinary, something unstoppable. People don't understand pain. They run from it. They hide, cower, mask their fear with excuses. They cling to comfort like it's a lifeline, hoping the storm will pass. But you're smarter than that. You've seen what pain really is. A teacher, a ruthless, unrelenting teacher, yes, but the kind that sharpens you, pushes you, transforms you. It doesn't care about your comfort. It doesn't care about your excuses. It's here to do one thing: wake you up. Because without pain, without failure, without those brutal, soul-crushing moments where everything feels lost, you don't grow, you don't change, you don't rise. Comfort doesn't breed champions. Safety doesn't create legends. Pain does. Pain, suffering, heartbreak. These are the chisels that carve greatness into you, and the deeper they cut, the more magnificent the sculpture becomes. Think about it. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. The sharpest blades are honed through relentless grinding. And you are no different. Every hit you take, every scar you bear, it's making you, building you, turning you into something unbreakable, something extraordinary. Most people can't handle it. They crumble. They quit. They sit down and let the world win. But not you. Oh no, not you. You've got something different in your blood, something relentless, something dangerous. You've got that spark, that unyielding drive that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how hard the world tries. The truth is, life is always going to be a fight. There will always be something trying to hold you back, tear you down, stop you from becoming who you're meant to be. Fear, doubt, pain. They're always there, whispering in your ear, telling you to give up. But you've got a choice. You can listen to them, or you can drown them out with the roar of your determination. You see, pain is loyal. It doesn't abandon you when things get tough. It doesn't sugarcoat its lessons. It shows up uninvited, grabs you by the throat, and forces you to face the mirror. Pain doesn't lie. It exposes the cracks, the weaknesses, the truths you're too scared to admit. And that's why it's powerful. That's why it's necessary. People like to talk about courage like it's some magical force, like it comes to you when you need it most. But no one tells you the truth. Courage isn't born in moments of triumph. It's built in moments of agony. It's the result of choosing to keep going when every part of you screams to stop. It's forged in the hours of darkness, in the silence of your own doubts. Courage isn't easy. It's messy. It's painful. But it's worth it. Here's the thing. The world doesn't care about your pain. It doesn't care about your struggles, your heartbreaks, your failures. It's indifferent, cold, and that's liberating, isn't it? Because if the world doesn't care, then you get to decide what your pain means. You get to choose whether it breaks you or builds you, whether it defines you or refines you. And that choice? That's power. Real power. The kind of power that can't be taken away, no matter how hard life tries. Because once you own your pain, once you embrace it and use it as fuel, you become unstoppable. You stop fearing the storm because you are the storm. You stop running from the fire because you are the fire. So let them laugh. Let them doubt you. Let them tell you you're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable enough. Every word they spit at you, every look they give, every obstacle they throw in your way, it's just fuel. Fuel for the fire that's going to burn so bright, so fierce, so unstoppable. They'll wish they never doubted you. Pain is a currency, one that only a few know how to spend wisely. Most waste it. They use it as an excuse to stop, to wallow, to justify staying small. But the greats, the ones who rise above the noise, they invest it. They take every blow, every scar, every ounce of suffering, and they turn it into something bigger, something unshakable, because they know the secret. Pain isn't there to destroy you. It's there to shape you. You think the world owes you kindness, fairness? No, the world owes you nothing. It's a cold, chaotic place, and the only thing keeping you alive in it is your will, your drive to push forward. The ones who wait for a break, for a chance, for the stars to align, they're the ones who get swallowed whole. But you don't wait. You create. You don't hope for the storm to pass. You learn to dance in it. You don't avoid the fire. You walk straight through it and come out the other side, forged, stronger than before. The scars you carry, they're not flaws, they're badges. Proof that you fought battles others were too afraid to face. Proof that you've endured, that you've survived, that you've refused to be broken. Every scar is a story, a lesson, a testament to your strength. Wear them proudly. Show them to the world. Let them see that you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're building something extraordinary from the ashes of your pain. The voices of doubt in your head, they'll never go away completely, and that's a good thing. Let them be there. Let them whisper their lies, because every time they tell you you can't, you get to prove them wrong. Every time they tell you to quit, you get to push harder. Doubt isn't your enemy. It's your fuel. It's the challenge that keeps you sharp, that keeps you hungry, that keeps you climbing higher. Remember this, no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to hand you the life you want. If you want it, you have to take it. Fight for it. Bleed for it. Suffer for it. Because nothing worth having comes easy. Nothing worth building comes without pain. And the moment you accept that, the moment you stop fearing the struggle, is the moment you become unstoppable. Look around you. Every great name, every legend you've ever admired, do you think they got there by accident? Do you think they were handed success on a silver platter? No, they earned it. Through blood, through sweat, through pain. They stared defeat in the face and smiled because they knew one truth. The world only respects the unyielding. The road you're walking isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to break you. It's supposed to test you, to strip away the weak parts of you until only the unbreakable remains. You'll stumble. You'll fall. You'll question why you even started, but that's the point. That's the process. Every time you get back up, every time you push through, you're proving something to the world, to them, but most importantly, to yourself. And let me tell you something about failure. It's not the end. It's not even the enemy. Failure is a gift. It's a mirror that shows you where you're weak, where you need to grow. Failure is honest. Brutal, yes, but honest. And when you stop fearing it, when you learn to embrace it, you become invincible. Because a man who's not afraid to fail is a man who's not afraid to try. And trying, that's what separates the winners from the rest. They'll call you crazy. They'll say you're wasting your time, that it's impossible, that you're chasing a dream that will never come true. But their words are nothing, noise, because deep down, they're afraid that you'll prove them wrong, afraid that your success will remind them of everything they didn't have the courage to chase. So let them talk, let them doubt, let them watch as you rise. You have a fire inside you, a fire they don't understand, a fire they can't extinguish. Use it. Feed it with your pain, with your failures, with every moment they told you you weren't enough. Let it grow. Let it consume the lies, the doubts, the fears. And when they see you standing at the top, unbroken, undefeated, they'll know. They'll know you weren't just chasing a dream. You were building a legacy. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your ally. It's the voice that whispers, keep going, when everything else tells you to stop. It's the pressure that cracks the weak and polishes the strong. It's the reminder that you're alive, that you're fighting, that you're not like the rest. Because while they run, while they hide, while they drown in their excuses, you embrace it. You let it teach you. You let it fuel you. The world loves to pretend it's fair, that hard work always pays off, that the good guys always win. But you and I know better. The world isn't fair. It's ruthless. And if you're waiting for fairness, you'll be waiting forever. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Start acting. The world doesn't give you what you deserve. It gives you what you demand, what you claw out with your bare hands, what you refuse to let it take away. Every loss, every failure, every crushing defeat. It's a lesson, a chance to grow, a chance to adapt. But only if you're willing to face it. Only if you're willing to stand in the storm, to let it break over you, to let it strengthen you. Because that's how legends are made. Not in the calm, not in the comfort, but in the chaos. You're not here to survive. You're not here to play it safe. You're here to make noise, to make waves, to shatter the limits they tried to place on you. And yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, it's going to be brutal. But the pain, the struggle, the fight, that's the price of greatness. That's the cost of becoming who you were meant to be. So don't run from the pain. Don't hide from it. Face it. Embrace it. Let it mold you, shape you, refine you. And when the world sees what you've become, when they see the fire in your eyes, the strength in your step, they'll know. They'll know you didn't just survive the storm, you became it. They'll say you were lucky. They'll try to reduce your battles, your scars, your sacrifices into mere coincidence. But deep down, they know the truth. Luck didn't get you here. Pain did. Failure did. The relentless nights, the broken dreams, the voices screaming at you to quit. They shaped you. Luck doesn't build legends. Resilience does. Fear is what holds them back. It's what chains them to their small lives, their safe choices, their mediocrity. But fear? It's nothing but an illusion. A wall made of shadows, crumbling the moment you dare to step through it. Most people spend their lives running from fear. But you hunt it. You chase it down, face it head on, and turn it into strength. That's the difference between the ones who dream and the ones who do. There's beauty in the chaos, in the mess of it all. The beauty of knowing that every broken piece of you can be rebuilt, stronger, that every door slammed in your face only opens another. The beauty of realizing that the world doesn't break you, it remakes you, if you let it, if you rise instead of crumble, if you fight instead of fold. You're not here to live a story they've written for you. You're here to write your own, to burn the script they handed you and create something no one saw coming, something raw, something real, something undeniable. And when you do, the doubters, the critics, the naysayers, they'll fall silent, not because they believe in you, but because they'll see there's nothing left to doubt. So, step into the fire. Let it burn away the doubts, the fears, the lies. Let it reveal who you really are. Not the person they wanted you to be, not the person they thought you were, but the unstoppable force they'll never forget. You see, the fire doesn't just burn, it purifies. It strips away the weakness, the hesitation, the old parts of you that no longer serve a purpose. What's left? The raw, unrelenting truth of who you are. The truth they were too afraid to see. The truth even you tried to bury. But now, there's no hiding, no pretending. There's just you, and the power you've earned through every ounce of pain, every moment of struggle. They'll remember you, not because you played it safe, but because you refused to. Because you dared to stand up when you had every reason to stay down. Because you dared to fight when surrender seemed easier. That's what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. The choice to endure, the choice to rise, the choice to prove them all wrong. Let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them watch as you take every insult, every betrayal, every failure, and use it as fuel. Let them see what happens when pain meets purpose. Let them see how a shattered soul becomes a weapon. Because the greatest revenge isn't anger, it's success. And you're about to show them a kind of success they'll never recover from. Remember, this isn't the end. It's never the end. As long as you're breathing, as long as your heart is still beating, there's fight left in you. And as long as there's fight left in you, there's no limit to what you can achieve. The world doesn't get to decide when your story ends. You do. So rise. Not because it's easy, not because it's fair, but because it's who you are. And when the dust settles and they're left standing in the ruins of their doubt, they'll realize one thing. You didn't just survive the pain. You mastered it. You owned it. And you turned it into something they'll never forget. Every setback, every betrayal, every damn failure you face, they're not walls, they're stepping stones. Do you understand that? Stepping stones. Each one moves you closer to who you're meant to be. The pain, the pain is part of it. It's part of the dance. The more you face it, the stronger you become. The more you face the darkness, the brighter your light shines. But you have to embrace it. You have to step into the shadows willingly, not run from them. Those who run, they stay small. They stay afraid. They hide behind excuses and what ifs. They're the ones who will never rise. But you're not those people. You never have been. When life knocks you down, you don't look for a way out. You don't look for a way to escape. You look for a way to rise from the ashes. You make those ashes your foundation. And when you rise higher than ever before. It's not about being invincible. It's not about never getting hurt. No, it's about being able to look pain in the eyes and laugh. It's about knowing that no matter how hard life hits you, you have the power to hit back harder. The world isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's waiting for you to be real, to show up, to fight for what you deserve. And let me tell you something. When you keep going, when you keep fighting, when you keep rising, even when it seems like you're losing, you win. You win because you're building a legacy. You win because you refuse to let the world tell you who you are or what you can be. You win because every challenge that tries to break you only makes you stronger. Every scar, it's proof that you've stood tall when others would have crumbled. They'll come for you. They'll try to break you. They'll whisper their doubts, their fears, their hatred. But remember this, none of it matters. None of it. They'll try to tear you down, but all they're doing is revealing how afraid they are of what you're becoming. They can't handle the force that's rising inside you. They can't handle the power of someone who knows that pain doesn't break them, it sharpens them. And when you stand at the top, when you look down at everything you've overcome, at every battle you've fought, every tear you've shed, every piece of yourself you've lost and found again, that's when you'll understand. That's when you'll know. This was never about winning or losing. It was always about rising, always about becoming. So face the pain, own it, use it. Because the truth is, when you finally accept the darkness, when you finally let it fuel you instead of holding you back, you become something unstoppable. You become a force of nature, and the world will never see you coming.